Who knows? Okay, so today we're live on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitter. And hello to the website. If you're watching us live, please do say hello. We will show your comments on screen as we start this show in 8 seconds. And we're going to start the show. Morning, Peter.
Morning.
How are you today?
Cold. It's very cold here today.
Yeah, it's pretty cold here as well.
It's 2 degrees.
Oh, right. Okay. It's not as cold as that. Right. Have you been out and about or?
Yeah, well, I was up and took Sheila down for a flu jab and things, and made my way back home. And just going out, my legs were cold, you know. So you don't hear my heat in the background, do you?
No, I don't hear anything.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, last time we spoke, you were in a queue.
Yeah, it's a week early. But I was in the queue and the woman was going to turn my way, but I had to use my persuasive skills.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'd done that, and I got my 2 jobs. But what did shock me, the amount of service personnel, army guys that were there administering. And I couldn't believe an army sergeant in the infantry was giving me this needle. And I says, how did they train you? Where do you live? Or where's the barracks? He says, we're not in barracks, we're in a hotel. I says, what? Wouldn't have happened in my day. We would have been in a truck behind the John Lewis. That's where they done it. We would have been in a truck in sleeping bags. Oh, they've got it too easy now.
Yeah, times do change. I mean, I had little or no reaction. How were you?
It's sore arms. But my right arm with the flu jab was the sorest. But no reaction.
Yeah, I didn't have a reaction either, which I think proves that we're pretty fit.
Right.
Really.
I've got a question for you, right?
Okay.
Now, a lot of people are shocked at this. So you join the army, okay? Do you think that they would pay for their own meals and their own bed?
Yes.
We did, and they still do, right?
Yeah.
And the amount of arguments I've with people, like my ex-father-in-law, he says, don't speak rubbish. I says, I'm telling you. I said, we're paid tax, we're paid for our accommodation, and we're paid for our food.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been that way in the army, hasn't it? I mean, I'm a great fan of the Sharp novels by Bernard Cornwell,
right?
And they even in those days they got paid so much a month whilst they're fighting in France and Portugal and Spain. But out of the pay was docked the food and the lodgings.
Correct. The only time we didn't have to pay is when we were on active duty or we were on exercise.
Right.
Got our money back.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway.
John did say he was going to join in before and after. We just have to see. Okay. Right, let's take the card off and come back to me and you.
Yeah.
And we'll go that way, rest.
Yeah. Okay. More me than you. Right.
Okay. I mean, we all know that if you're making, I just want to just cover this quickly. If you're making a speech, as we both do, you got notes, and you occasionally we're going to get flustered. But would you ever have talked about Peppa Pig? If you
about what?
Peppa Pig.
Me, no.
All right. Okay. I'll say good morning to John in a second. Our Prime Minister lost his plot, lost the plot, lost his notes, lost his place in his notes, kept apologising, and then told a story about a visit to Peppa Pig World, which has led some to ask the question, has he lost the plot?
Remember, I did tell you, and I don't think you believe me, I hardly watch the news now. I don't buy newspapers anymore.
Right. Okay. Well, the TV. You don't watch BBC News or ITV?
No, I don't watch the BBC. Not what I spend my life now on YouTube and Facebook, watching videos, not reading. I started reading a book about Robert Maxwell and his decline, his rise and fall. But there again, I just get caught. Mine's is Facebook, YouTube, and that's what I watch now. That's where I spend my time. I keep seeing you popping up. Incidentally, to go live on YouTube, you've got. How do you go live? Just quick question. For me to go live on YouTube,
Yeah.
you've got to have certain criteria, haven't you?
No. Only if you want to make money. If you don't want to make money, then wait a minute. I'll get the signal saying that. Hang on. How many John Uptons are there? There's just the one John Upton, and it's you.
There's only one John Upton. Only one John Upton.
Hello, bit of a change of plan. We've taken the car. I didn't realise Philip was off today, so we've taken the car and I'm back. So I'm here for the whole show.
Okay, all right. Okay, oh.
Yeah.
John.
If you want to broadcast to Facebook from your desktop, he's gone again. If you want to broadcast to Facebook from your desktop, you don't need anything. You can just go live at any time.
All right, that's good because I am going to be cooking live.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm going to be cooking live, and I've got a few of the keto people that I know wanting to come and watch me. I've got my affiliate link, which I'm not really worried about, but I hope one day if I can get enough people subscribing, I will become an Amazon Live person.
Good. Yeah, I mean, basically, you go live on YouTube from your desktop. You can use Be Live, or you can use anything really to go live on YouTube. And it's interesting that you mentioned keto. Nick Wood, who I broadcast with on Mondays,
Yeah.
He has now got 2 keto shows.
Yeah.
One of which starts today. And
yeah.
John's coming and going. His show today is totally new. It's basically sauce making.
Yes.
Making sauces from scratch.
Yeah.
And he's got a show on tomorrow called Keto Nick, and that's basically him cooking keto recipes.
Yeah.
So it's keto is the thing to be talking about as yeah. So
Well, the site I'm on, the public group, has got 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
The membership group has got 500, and I'm very well known in the group now, and known for my humour and known for I'm the only man that comes in to the regularly. Well, no, there's about 3 or 4 really, but there's 2 regulars, me, and I come in, and it's amazing how much skills I've learned in cooking. And I like cooking live. I go on live on Facebook. It's within the group, and well, a couple of people watching. But I hope to do it on YouTube in the future. I've got an affiliate link, and I really enjoy it. And that's what I hope to do.
But make it so. Make it so. I mean,
but see, what being YouTube, I'll use Facebook to get them over to YouTube, because, funnily enough, I've got a phone. I've got a burner phone. No, it's not a burner. I've got another phone that I've dug out because it's still on subscription. You've got to pay monthly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that into Facebook, and it's my last resort to get my Facebook page back on the PC.
All right. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but it's the last number. Right, so John's having difficulty. Have we heard from Mr. Silk?
We've not heard from Stephen, no. I mean, he did show 300. We've not heard from him since, really.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay. Right. I've just uploaded VCAM, and they put them on 3 loops to get installed this time. And then when I try to get onto the show, guess what? Google Chrome, it come up with everything new. And that's what, so I just shut it down, opened up again, and got onto Gmail with the link. So, what's the news today then?
I don't know. I'm just wondering whether John can hear us.
Yeah, but,
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
yeah.
It just keeps shutting down. I don't know why. My hands are nowhere near it.
The saddest news is that, 31 migrants are dead.
Round. Yeah.
Dead. Shame on our government. Shame on the French government for not getting this sorted out. And there will be more. They should hang their heads in shame for not sorting this problem out.
From a practical point of view, what could you actually do? You've got hundreds of miles of French coast.
Well, one, the French Navy shouldn't escort them into our waters. That is one. They should be patrolling more. They've got drones. There's even French police telling the migrants, the water's good today, you'll get off today. That's happening. They don't want them on their soil. They want rid of them to go to Britain. And we've got to make it look as though it's not worth coming here. It's not worth the effort. And that is, you've got to find the source and stop the source. As soon as you stop the source's money, their way of getting money, I believe 5 people have been arrested for this one already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get to the source, cut off the source, and that will be it. And then, unfortunately, we may have to take other action by taking the migrants out and make sure that they are bona fide. And if they're throwing their passports in away, they may have to use DNA and say, you're Syrian, you're this, you're that, you're that. It's got to stop.
Yep.
Or more will die.
The first thing is to stop people actually leaving French shores, isn't it? I mean, if they don't leave the French shores, they can't arrive in Britain. The root of the problem is okay. People want to come here. We can't stop that, but we've got to stop people actually leaving France.
Correct. And how many deaths will it take to do this? How many people floating in the water? Young kids, because their mum and dads want a presumed better life. How many of them are going to be floating in the water just and paying £10,000 a head to go on a boat? It's not right.
By the way, the death toll has actually gone down to 27.
Okay, right.
I know it's still unacceptable, but it has gone down to 27.
They probably didn't drown. They probably died of hypothermia.
They were hit by a ship.
Ah, right, okay. Right, I didn't know that. Did the ship know and stop?
Well, apparently it was a big ship, so it's quite every chance it probably didn't even notice.
It was always going to happen.
It is the busiest waterway in the world, isn't it?
Correct. It's just ridiculous, and they should all hang their heads in shame. Here, the Australians stopped it. They were brutal, but they stopped it.
Yeah, they dumped everybody on an island, didn't they? Miles away.
Yeah, feed them, water them, give them good food, look after them, but say you're not leaving this island until you prove who you are. And if you don't, you'll be here the rest of your life. And as far as we're concerned, if you can't prove who you are, you've come into our country illegally and you'll get a jail sentence. Now, I don't know if you know what's happening in Poland, but there's one government says if you cross the border, we're going to shoot you. They're seeing it as an act of aggression.
Yeah. So if we're going to send people to an island, which island do we choose?
Well, they'll find somewhere. Somewhere's going to have it. As I said, they might have to borrow territory from somebody else and pay them money for it. But it means you know where they are. Look at Liverpool. He was a failed asylum seeker. A failed asylum seeker who should have been out of the country. And now, what did he do? He tried to kill people on Armistice Day.
Mm.
So there's too many people getting involved in trying to stop these people getting out. If you're in here illegally, no matter who you are, if you come in this way, I'm sorry, you'll have broke the law at the beginning. Come in illegally. And I think that will stop it.
Yeah.
Any suggestions from you, liberal type people?
I haven't got a magic wand. I think if anybody had a magic wand, they'd have used it now. It's 30 years they've been trying to get over the English Channel to get in.
Yeah. Anyway.
There isn't a magic answer, is there? They don't even want to stay in France. So even if the French provided nice facilities, they don't want them. They want to get over here. It's the dreaded rumour that it's comfortable when you get here.
Yeah.
Well, it's more comfortable here than there. Would you agree that they are?
Yeah. Well,
but there has to be a reason that they travel all the way from 1,000, 2,000 miles away to come to little England. Yeah, well, okay, Great Britain.
It's one of the reasons.
United Kingdom, whichever we are this week.
These people are living in tents in shanty cities that they've built in France. When they come here, they go into a 4-star hotel.
Well,
that's the difference. That's a big difference.
Well, this week has seen more, of course, because the French cleared the shanty town, didn't they?
Yeah. And do you know what? I just heard a quick snippet on the news on the way home. The French are blaming the British.
The British are blaming the French. It works both ways. We're pretty
giving them 50 billion pounds? Is that the amount? We're giving them one heck of a lot of money.
I don't think it was as high as that.
Well, was it 50 million?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to say, here's this money, we want you to stop them migrating. Oh, show them this year. Get down, take that money. I see no ships. I see no ships.
Let's go here. Where do you think? I've got a photo this week, and the photograph is courtesy of the BBC.
Right.
Where do you think this photo is?
What is it?
Well, it's a mosaic, isn't it? So
it's a mosaic. It's a Roman mosaic, and it's been discovered. I can give it another photograph, which probably gives a clearer idea. I'm going to hide that and bring this image up. And these images are courtesy of the BBC. There you are, Peter.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and it was uncovered by a farmer's son. Archaeologists thought we'd seen the last Roman remains uncovered, but we haven't. He found this all on his own, out with the dog, and he took an aerial photograph with a drone, and amazing. I mean, the work that goes into creating these mosaics is amazing.
What is it made of?
Little bits of stone.
Little bits of stone, and it was lying in a field or something hidden.
No, this is part of a Roman villa.
Right, okay.
So you've got outbuildings all around, and then the floor of one of the buildings has this mosaic which is absolutely incredible. I mean, I love mosaics. I travel here and there to actually see them.
It's amazing, is it?
Yeah. And the way with archaeology is, as we know from Time Team, that they spend all their time uncovering and cleaning all this, and then what do? They film it, photograph it, and then they cover it up again. So they backfill it. So if you want to go and see this at the moment, you can't, because it's just under a field as it was before it was discovered. But the Romans were one of the first invaders, Peter.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did the Romans do for us?
A lot.
I know they did.
A lot. I mean, we wouldn't have roads. We wouldn't have underfloor heating. We wouldn't have so many different things if the Romans hadn't come to
And big toilets.
True. Sewage systems.
Yeah.
So
The Roman numerals and were some of our clocks. Well,
are you into mosaics?
Wall. Yeah.
Okay. I just thought diversion. It's just a minute.
Where is it? Where in the country is it, Stephen?
There you go.
Rutland.
Rutland, that's a right old pasty name, is it? Rutland. You know?
Yeah, old English county.
Yeah.
Rutlandshire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very good.
Right. Okay. So I'm just glad they took the photographs before they covered it up again, because then we can see how beautiful it is. I mean, there's a place in the middle of a field in York, on the way to York from Burnley, and that's just a building, and inside it is the most amazing mosaic floor. And you think, well, what is that doing here? Yeah. And where did we go to? Cyprus. Cyprus has well, the most amazing. If you type in Cyprus mosaics into Google, you'll find the most amazing mosaics, and I've been fortunate to actually go there. Yeah. Okay, that's just.
I like my visit to York, and that's where I found out the reason why doctors were called a quack.
Okay, go.
And the reason they're called a quack is they used to have these big nose things that we'd put on, and people would bring out the dead, bring out your dead, and with the plague and everything, and these big quacks, and they were stuffed with herbs, and had a big nose, and they looked like a duck, hence they were called a quack.
Thank you, Peter. We learned something every time we go live. And
did you know that?
No.
Look at the contribution I make to this group.
I know. Over to Alfredo saying good morning, gentlemen, and over to Matthew and hello, friends, and Matt's in the USA. Brilliant, thank you. I saw your question, Matthew. I'll answer it as soon as this program's finished.
Good morning, America. Is there anything left of you yet?
Okay, well, as you're in the house, Matthew, from England to the USA, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. And
yesterday we were told the reason why Thanksgiving exists by Harper, who's in Arizona, and it's the story of the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims went to America from Portsmouth, and they arrived in America wintertime. They had no supplies, and people died in that first winter in America. And the following year, in order to mark the fact that they'd actually arrived in America, they gave thanks for a good crop, because they had a good crop during the year. They gave thanks for a good crop, and that's where the tradition started. And I think I'm right. If I'm wrong, we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, gobble gobble. Do you know what advert was great? Remember the cigar advert? We'll have to look at one. Remember the cigar advert, and you seen the turkeys, the cartoon turkeys, and they went. The snow started to fall, and they went, ooh, and the big Adam's apple went. And the guy took out a cigar. The turkey's days were numbered. Do you remember that one?
It's coming back to me, Peter. It's coming back to me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, every year, Collins Dictionary has a word of the year. Any guesses as to what the word of the year 2021 is?
Is it something to do with NFTs?
It is. It is to do with NFTs, or non-fungible token. And it's the Collins Dictionary word of the year. The new word. It's become more than an acronym. It's actually a word. And I was totally surprised by this, because I went over, I saw the word NFT and I thought, what is this? And basically, it's when people create artworks, they do a limited edition, and it's all done under an NFT, so that you can't actually copy the artwork, but you can own the artwork. Now, incredibly, I saw people buying artworks for thousands of dollars, and all you're actually owning is a digital copy.
Wow.
Which is definitely, I mean, it's one way to fund artists. There's no starving artists if they can use NFTs. But if you go to Google and you type in NFT and art, you'll find websites actually dedicated to auctioning NFT artworks.
What does fungible mean?
John?
I don't know.
It's non-transferable, I think. It has no value. Matthew, do you know? Alfredo, we need some help. What does fungible mean? I think we've got the correct pronunciation. It's not fungible, it's fungible. John's busy at work trying to find out what fungible means.
Yeah.
But the thing about the art world is that
it's of goods contracted without an individual specimen being specified, replaceable by another identical item, mutually interchangeable.
Right. So if you lost it for some reason, you could ask them for it again, but only for you.
Okay. I'm none the clearer, actually, but
Here's another definition. Fungibility is the property of a good or a commodity whose individual units are essentially interchangeable and each of whose parts is indistinguishable from another part. Yes, I have about as much clue as I had before we started discussing.
Okay, yeah.
wow.
It's a good way for artists to get their stuff online sold, but and have a digital copy for one person and one person only. That's quite good in a way.
I agree. I think it is a great way for artists to actually make money. And it basically, you don't have to, all you have to do is produce a work of art that people appreciate.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's basically, and people can actually, I'm just going to make a change to hide that. I don't want to get done for copyright.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a, sorry, John, come back. My fault. It's not your problem.
It took all this time to get in, Stephen. Well, big news today is I've done a 30 waste. But if you go to Tesco and you want a 30, buy a 32. Because the 30 is 28. I found this out with different shops, different sizes and different shops. So in Tesco, a 30 is a 28 and a 30 is a 32 to fit you properly.
Right. Congratulations. John?
I'm just not going to get involved in the discussion because my waste measurement starts with a 4. So, you know.
Oh my! You need to watch keto.
Sorry, how do you feel today, John? Are you recovered from last week?
Well, I've recovered from last week, and I've just about recovered now from Tuesday afternoon, where I had an hour and a quarter in the dentist's chair working on this. So now it's all drilled out, and then instead of temporary filling, all the basically all the dead nerve matter has been burnt out. And replaced with some magic stuff, and then it's been filled on top. Next Monday, I go to have the tooth shaped, a cast taken, and then on December the 10th, they'll fit the actual crown, and the damn thing will all be over, hopefully.
I've got a dentist tomorrow too. I don't like dentists. Personally, I don't like them as their job.
No, it's just the dental treatment.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I went to what we call the eye hospital yesterday.
All right.
For a checkup yesterday morning, and I speak to a consultant on the 13th of December on Monday, and then 6 weeks after that, I will have my first cataract eye operation over in Gloucester, and then 2 weeks later a second one. So I can put that on the back burner until January. I don't need to bother about it. I mean, apparently the operation only takes 20 minutes. And I mean, fine fettle.
That's good.
My friend has had both cataracts done earlier this year. He said it's an eye-opening experience. Those are his exact words. It's so much better and more comfortable now.
Yeah. Sure. I'm starting to get cataracts, and I said, well, what happens then? This is, we'll wait until they get bad, then we'll operate it.
Yeah.
Now.
Basically, I don't want to go too deep into eyes because eyes are squeamish, but basically they take out the current lens, which is the one you were born with, and they insert a replacement lens, and the whole operation takes about 20 minutes.
Where does the replacement come from?
It's man-made.
Oh, not dead people.
No. You're into your gory stuff today.
What's the seed that you're going to plant, Peter? I assure you, I'm not going to remember that. You ever saying that? I think I want to wipe that from my memory. No, they are man-made. And you've got a choice. Obviously, on the NHS, the replacement is totally without cost, or you can go premium. But the thing about going premium, obviously, it costs you more money. But how do you know what benefit you're going to get?
A lot of money. I was listening to radio. Sorry.
You can't say I'll try them both, can you?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
I was listening to this guy. People are saying we can't operate in you here, right? But we can operate in you further up, a bus journey, a train journey. That's the only way they're getting it done. And this guy said, I'm going to have to pay £14,000 for 2 hips or something like that with my own money, because he couldn't travel or something like that. But another guy phoned in, he says, look, I'm one of those that will travel to get done. And then the more people can travel to get done, it stops the backlog. Because if you're sitting waiting, and if I had an operation in, say, Glasgow, and I'm in Aberdeen, I would go to Glasgow to get operated, because it's the more people that go and get it done where they can get it done, rather than sitting waiting their turn. That's what it is, But it's just, it just shocked me the state everything's in just now, Backlogs.
Well, yeah, I mean, backlogs caused by COVID, and that coming first, and people's operations being delayed.
Yeah.
It's going to take years before it actually resolves itself.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we're just waiting for our relative to come back and see if he's got COVID, because the lateral flow has showed he's got COVID, and now we're waiting for the PCR.
Right. Okay.
You
Is he
know?
vaccinated?
He's a younger, I think he is. I'm not sure if he's vaccinated or not. He's a young, healthy man, really healthy, mega healthy. And he came home for it. He's only been 2 days off his work in his life. He's 43.
Yeah.
And he came home, and we're just waiting for it. The result.
A friend of ours is currently hibernating at home. Sergeant TCS tested positive, and he's having to stay at home for 10 days.
Is he out with the police now?
Oh yeah, quite a while now.
Has he got a job?
He set his own business up. He's also doing social media with safety campaign.
Oh, right, okay. Very good.
He does. He's got a car detailing business.
Yeah.
He trained
A car?
detail.
Detailing as in making them look very nice, smarten them up.
But cars?
Yeah. He likes doing it, If you can turn your hobby into your business,
Yeah.
what
If
you do?
If you've got an expensive car, you don't take it to the car wash, do you? You take it to a car detailer, and he will lovingly clean it inside and out so that when you come to pick it up, it looks like it's new.
Right.
He's also got to deal with a local garage whereby you can have your car detailed and serviced at the same time.
I'm confused. Are you saying detailed?
Yeah, that's what it's called, car detailing. Yeah.
And is that just a fancy word for cleaning, superior cleaning?
Well, yeah, it is.
Not painting or anything.
He won't just wash your paintwork. He'll take a clay bar to it to get out all of the nasty bits. He'll polish it, then he'll cover it in wax, etc., so that you can't.
Hard work to me.
Sorry?
Sounds like hard work to me. Would have been standing with a speed camera the rest of his life. Is that?
I should think it's a good way to actually keep fit.
Oh yeah. See, when I washed my van, right, and I was feeling yuckish with diabetes, I used to wash the van by hand, and see, when I done it, my sugar level had plummeted. Yeah. But now I wash it with. I now go into these places where thousands of men jump in it and clean it from me.
And most of them are from abroad. They're immigrants, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, you go to our local Sainsbury's, and there's about 8 of them, and they put a marker underneath you. One of them acts like salesman, and then they put a marker underneath your windscreen wiper, and then a team of 2 people will come and clean your car. All Eastern European, every one of them.
Yeah.
I used to go to the same place on a regular basis and have mine and Celia's done once a month, but they've gone.
Yeah.
When it came along, they went back home.
We're
Romanians, and they've gone home to Romania.
Just round the corner from me, we've got a place called Dobie's, and it's a garden centre, and there's a coffee shop, and you can get meals and everything. Not cheap. I think it's run by Des. What's up?
I've been there. You took me there. Yeah, you took me there on one of your walks.
Yeah, all right. I'll take Dobie's. And well, they had a car wash there. People would leave it, and there was an Aberdeen guy that owned it, and then he sold it out. He sold out, and guess what? It's empty now because COVID killed it.
Yeah. The car washes are definitely coming back, though. You know, post-COVID, definitely.
What's coming back? COVID?
No, car washes are.
Yeah.
COVID's coming back as well, but at the moment, car washes.
Well, I can foresee problems in the next few months with people getting flu, thinking it's COVID, and people getting COVID, thinking it's flu. And I think there's going to be a bit of a a problem health-wise for the country. What's your view on that?
I think we're in for a difficult winter, Peter. I agree. There is going to be the confusion. There's also going to be the fact that more and more people will get together and be more chance for COVID to actually transmit.
Yeah.
Hope is that hospitalizations and deaths from COVID actually stay where they are now, even less. More and more people can get infected, but fewer will be infected.
You know, that's about getting the vaccine and never, right? Did you know there's a guy just won £24,000 recently?
No.
He got sacked because he wouldn't take the vaccine.
Yeah.
He's went to an industrial tribunal and he's been awarded £24,000.
Well,
so people
he doesn't live in Germany or Austria because it's going to be compulsory.
This is what's happened already. So one of the guys I watch, and people are phoning in saying, look, I've been told to get this vaccine. And he says, don't leave. Do not leave. Make sure that they sack you and get it in writing. He says, because there's going to be a lot of claims. And it's the judges that are making the final decision, whether the government says or not. And then he's also said, the government have taken it back till March. Were you aware of that? You have to have the vaccine by March for all these workers. Because the reason is by March, if possible, that's the flu season over.
Yeah.
So, because they're going to need these workers. They're going to need these workers big time over the next few months, you know? So it's down to human rights. I've done my vax. I'm doing my bit. If I die, I die. But I've done my bit. But should it be mandatory?
Well, I think our freedoms. This is a difficult call. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with two different levels of society: the vaccinated and non-vaccinated. I mean, in order to protect the majority, which is the vaccinated, people are going to be barred from entering certain places. It's got to happen. It's got to go to society. But it's a two-tier society because of the choice that people have made not to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also places saying, if there's one place said, if you're vaccinated, don't come in. Another place has said, open to anybody. It's a real hard call. It's a hard call, you know.
But as John says, in Germany, it's getting stricter and stricter. They're battling.
It's compulsory in Austria now.
Yeah, but
things have got so bad.
Germany was just defeated. Angela was trying to get something through in the coalition or whatever it is. They said 9. Not happening.
Like we've got counties, we know that Germany's got states, and some states can set their own rules and regulations. So,
well, there'll be a big change any day, very soon anyway, won't there? Because Mrs. Merkel's going and being replaced by this new bloke. So,
yeah. But why is Florida state open? They're wide open.
I don't know.
Did you know that?
Legally, they're separate. Well, the government.
DeSantis, the Florida governor, he says it's incredible. We went to a marquee that was full of 120 people. And because the waitresses worked for a national company, 12 of them, they were the only ones wearing masks. Everybody else didn't wear them.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
so but have you noticed how few people wear masks here now?
True. It's down to less than 50%, John, yeah?
But it's still compulsory.
Doesn't even look like a third these days when I'm out and about. And I'm going to be saying, I'm not always wearing a mask myself as well. I wore a mask when I went to the dentist.
Yeah.
But I don't wear a mask when I go shopping anymore because there's no point. You'll be the only one in the shop the way things are around here.
It's still compulsory up Scotland. However, I think it's having an effect on the First Minister up here because she's finding out she's not as popular as she thought she was. You know? And in the papers that's saying, I think people have had enough.
Well, down here, when you go to a supermarket, it says personal choice on the door.
Does it indeed? Yeah.
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 Wearing a mask is no longer compulsory. It's personal choice, but we would request you do so if you're able to. But nobody does anymore, Peter.
Right. And
Not
you're
in Birmingham anyway. It might be different in Wiltshire, but in Birmingham,
Stephen,
mask
which
wearing
area?
is a really rare thing now.
In Wiltshire, people are expected to wear a mask. There are no signs saying yet whether you can or can't. It's basically, I would say, in the supermarket, around about 80% of people are actually wearing masks.
Okay.
It's less than 1 in 10 in Birmingham area.
And you know, I go to the pub on a Friday, Saturday, as you know, I've decided I'm going out. And when I go in, I wear my mask in, I do my hand gel. Every time I go to the mic, they put a thing on the mic and I hand gel myself. Everyone. I'm the only one that does it, I watch them. The amount of people, when they've had a drink, want to shake my hand. Peter, shake my hand. And I feel bad, you know. So I shake their hand. I've got a little gel bottle, and then I just put it. They love to shake your hand. What is it with the British people? But no, we should go in like the Japanese.
Well, what you need are those bright blue latex gloves, because people won't want to shake your hands if you're wearing a pair of bright blue latex gloves.
Yeah, people who know you well could well come up to you and kiss you on both cheeks. So I do think you're actually getting off light.
Yeah.
We don't do that in Birmingham.
We actually do have. I've had young ladies do that. Honestly, in the pub, I'm so well known and such a good singer that they just can't help it. They'll come over and pass it.
Stoking the ego, are we, Pete? Stoking the ego.
Yeah, so if you've got it, fuck it, mate. But I'll tell you what I done now, mate. Walked off the stage. I tell you, I was up singing. Drunk guy, the bouncer had disappeared. Can I do it? Can I get? I says, why not put your own number up? And I handed him a mic and I says, here, take a thing. And I walked out the bar and people were rushing. There was women trying to stop me going out. Oh, I've enjoyed you all night. I says, I'm going home. And seemingly got kicked out after I left. I was so annoyed.
How's Sheila and her mum?
Well, her mum passed away 2 days ago, 7:30 in the morning. And so Sheila came back last night and yesterday, sorry. And we've got a funeral on Monday up in Inverness, so we're going up to Inverness. But it's been one tough. I felt heartfelt for them. It shouldn't be allowed to be done to a human being, to be honest with you, what they've done. You know, the no by mouth, no water, nothing, morphine only, and it was horrible. Shouldn't be allowed to happen.
End of life treatment.
Yes. If I'd done that to a dog, I'd be prosecuted.
Yes. Well, if you're not careful, we'll get onto the topic of euthanasia, and I don't want to get on the topic of euthanasia, but I often think when you see someone who's got to that stage, maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. The only thing that would stop me is $8,000 to do it. Did you know that?
No, well, you can't do it down here, so...
no, but a lot of people go to Dignitas.
Yeah, but that involves a trip to Switzerland, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, shall we... I'm sorry to hear about your mother-in-law, mate.
It's been a blessing, so it's good, and I'm glad that Sheila got up to stay with her mum for a time, and I managed to cope, and I'm really glad she did, you know. Any cheery subjects?
I didn't know it was bad news when I asked the question.
Sorry, it's a blessing, so that's fine.
Yeah. Difficult to find any good news at the moment.
Oh, right.
The good news is that we're actually all here this morning talking and chatting, and we've got a full day ahead. That's the good news. I mean,
and it's beautiful weather here. and if I look out the window, I can see the moon as well as the sun.
Oh wow!
Right.
Uh-huh. Right.
About half the moon in the sky.
The only thing that I've suffering just now is I'm not getting enough cycling in. It's bitterly cold. I'm not getting enough cycling in, so I'm going to try and do more cycling during the week, and rather wait till Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
But I'm missing it.
I'm going to try and do more walking.
Okay. And
Well,
I
it's
mean, when you go, Stephen?
yeah, you both got snow this weekend, haven't you?
Oh, it's cold enough for it. Yeah, cold enough for it. I'm actually thinking of taking up boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah,
Are you going to be a flyweight?
for aerobics. I've actually, there's a professional boxer up here. He's won a lot of titles. He says, "Come, I'll train you." And see me, he lets people have just try to punch him, and he moves about, and he says, "Come on, come on, bah, 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 bah." And I think I'd like to do that. It's my sort of. I would love to do that. So I'm gonna look into that boxing. As long as I don't get this lovely nose hit. Look at the size of it.
Blemishes, Peter. You don't want him to hit you. That's for sure. Yeah. No, it's very difficult actually finding good news in the papers. That's why you don't watch any news, Peter.
I've stopped watching. We've got the Evening Express in Aberdeen, and they'll mention cycling. I say, "Oh, wait for it, incoming," but they're now planning to make Union Street in Aberdeen pedestrianised. Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember when Union Street was jam-packed with people, two sides. It was like one side went that way and one side went that way. And it was jam-packed, but it's empty now. And the buses haven't been able to go through for a while. They've been rediverted in the city. And we're actually getting Union Street gardens built into different things as well. It was a nice garden, but the animosity that causes for the heart wants and the don't want is unbelievable, And I just look at the comments and I go, no, you can never win. Somebody will always be happy, And there's going to be a cycle lane. Oh, they shouldn't be on the roads. They should pay tax. On. You don't pay tax for a bike or a vehicle.
Right. Indeed. Good news this week, and in Devizes, it's the Lantern Parade, and local organisations and schools for weeks and months been creating lanterns, and the Lantern Parade takes place around the town. It's a very popular event, and it's going ahead.
Right.
Everybody's happy about that. Normally, what happens is that they go a route around the green and then up the main shopping streets, and then they finish in the town square. This year, the route's been changed because normally when they finish the town square, Father Christmas appears, okay, and he switches on the lights.
All right.
That gets a crowd of people into the town centre. But this year decided that they're going to switch the lights on privately so that you can actually go and look at the lights, but you won't be in a big crowd. Yeah. You can actually watch the Lantern Parade go around as well.
No, the lanterns, is that lanterns that go up in the air?
No, it's basically a paper lantern with a candle inside.
Okay. Yeah, but not ones that can go up in the air, or because they're dangerous.
No. It's basically it's an evening parade, and it goes all around the town, so everybody can actually see and appreciate it. It's not just the children make small ones.
Yeah.
The more ambitious adults make papier-mâché horses.
Right.
Okay, and 4 people take the horse through town, one on each leg.
Okay. It's funny that in Aberdeen we've got the torture parade, and it's usually all the local lorries, all the students and things on the floats coming down, and then they used to come around the schools and you had to give some pennies, and that was the tradition. And I don't know what happened. Well, I don't think it's been on the past couple of years, the torture parade. You know?
Well, this is the return. We've got a fair company, a fairground company, who are based in Devizes. They winter in Devizes,
Okay.
and Devizes is their home turf, so the rides will be there for the children in the evening. So,
Right.
and the local businesses who do catering will be open, and people will be able to eat cuisine from all around the world during the course of the evening. So it's a great celebration, really.
Incidentally, is Kettering near you, Stephen? Kettering.
It's in Northants, John. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kettering, yeah, nearer Silverstone than Stephen. It's north of Northampton, actually.
Yeah.
It's nearer the Midlands than it is the south.
Oh, right. Okay. No, that's where they're having a big festival there next year. And they had one this year. That's them that run the Club of Men. So, and they get people all over Britain coming to the festival to eat the food, and it's just a weekend, and dancing and whatever, cookery demonstrations, etc.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. I'm just checking. No news. There's no news left to actually go at. Right. Okay. It is Black Friday tomorrow. Okay. Which I'm taking part in for the first time ever. I'm looking forward to going live at 2:00 or 9 a.m. Eastern. And
have you seen the warnings that 80% of items in Black Friday were on sale at the same price or cheaper in the previous 6 months?
Yes.
I'm only looking at the Amazon side of it, and looking forward to breaking records in terms of the number of people actually watching and buying. It should be a good day. I mean, Marco made $200 on the Prime days each day.
All right. Do either of you have a Jack's supermarket by you?
We're too small, John.
I know you're more likely to have one if you're small. Jack's is Tesco's equivalent to Aldi and Lidl.
Right.
It's owned by Tesco's, and when you go in, you find half the things have Tesco labels. But like Aldi and Lidl, with the centre aisle with the goods on, I went into Jack's yesterday, which is by my daughters, because I took Celia over to our daughters yesterday. She stays overnight and then babysits the following day. And I went into Jack's because it's quite interesting. And in the middle of there were 9, and I'm not exaggerating, 9 different sizes of TV.
Yeah.
And you can get a 58-inch TV for under £400. I don't know what the quality would be like, but under £400, they got a 58-inch TV. It's mind-boggling, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, John, it's over to you.
Oh, it's my turn to talk. Well, it's a nice day out, so I guess some of us might go outside and sweep up all those damned leaves that are everywhere now. And it's time to say goodbye. So it's goodbye from him up there in Scotland. You can wave now, Pete. Oh, we're saluting him over there in Wiltshire, who's really down there, but you know, we're never quite sure where anybody is. And from me in the Midlands, in the middle of the pair of them. So goodbye. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Down here now, John. Bye, everybody.